Hey family, welcome back. It's your boy Cutnice50. Hey, it's another episode of Real Talk with TKO or TKO Original. We ain't do this one in a while, but we're trying to get it back started. We're trying to kick it off right. I post this on both podcasts, the Future Bodybuilding Podcast and the Sports Nutritionist Podcast. Like I said, man, today we're gonna go into some little topics, man, just to talk about in today's world, man. We're gonna talk about relationships, health, mental health, physical health. Finding balance and establishing a good support system in our day-to-day life. Like I say, first with relationships, man, I don't care if you just depending. I believe in levels in relationships. So if you're an athlete, especially a competitive athlete, NPC man or woman, it's a tough sport. So I do consider bodybuilding a sport. A lot of people may or may not, but it's one of the hardest sport I've been to. You know, I athlete all my life. I played basketball, professional football. You know, I done traveled all around the world, man. But bodybuilding is one of the hardest sports out there, just because of the consistency and dedication that you got to put forth through trying to compete, man. You got to balance relationships. You got to balance meal preparation. You got to balance a whole lot of other stuff, just like any other sport. But it's a little more detriment to that because you can't even miss a meal. You know, you got to weigh in outcome, your pros, your cons. You can't do too much that you can do, or you don't have the freedom as in other sports. You know, basketball, you can kind of eat what you want to eat. As long as you train and do what you got to do, you can go from there. But with this, it's a little different. So just finding that balance, man. But that also starts with pretty much establishing a good support system. So relationships, like I say, can be hard. If you're gonna be competitive, generally, and like I say, depending on age, you know, a little older, as long as you got a support of your spouse or family and friends, you just got to let them know, because you're not gonna be able to participate in events they may have or other outings, because it's just going to interfere with your prep. So with that being said, man, I just think it's a little hard. But if you have open communication, and I don't care if it's in your personal relationship, business relationship, whatever else, man, it's going to make everything else runs a little easier. As far as health goes, and like I said, this is going to just be a quick rundown, man, just to get it back started. Y'all have any topics you want me to talk about or discuss, man, just comment below, man, and we're going to get it started. Like I say, just real talk with TKO. It's your boy Cutnice50. Hey, we getting it back started, man. We trying to reach out. We're trying to communicate a little bit more, and we're trying to stay healthy, man, and share our journey along the way. But as far as mental health, man, if you never experienced mental health, like I said, I don't work for the government years. I retired from GBI, which is Georgia Bureau of Investigations, as Director of Security not too long ago. Next year, I still work a little part-time now, but next year the goal is to retire and just focus on our own personal businesses. We got a couple of them going, and just go from there. Be doing my podcast and stuff like that on YouTube, still trying to compete a little bit, and just going, man. We're just trying to keep growing and growing, and helping other people with similar stories and journeys along the way. But as far as, like I said, health, this is something that you can't play around with, man. Because you want to be here. You want to be here for your family. You want to be here for your kids and friends. Like I said, we starting all over on another journey, and I look forward to it. So, like I said, God, He always blesses us, and He keep on watching. I don't care if you don't believe. You got to believe in something. You always have somebody looking out for your benefit. If you're still here, you're still breathing, somebody's watching out for you. So with that being said, man, just focus on your mental health. Do what you got to do for yourself. Communicate with your family and friends. I know, especially I'm going to speak on as an athlete, and saying you prep is going to get hard, because your family and friends, spouse, nobody's going to understand your journey but yourself. You know what you want to achieve. You know what you want to go through. They can, they can kind of support you. They can understand that you got a journey you're going through, but they're going to want their own time, and they got their own, because we're not the same. So they're going to want what they want. And you just got to be mindful that you got to be flexible at times. So if you got a good support system, and you know what you need, just let them know, hey, I can't do this, or I can do this, or try to schedule it the best way you can. But that's when it comes to finding that balance in your day-to-day life. So as far as working, man, I done worked for plenty of companies around the years. And like I say, with this virus, that kind of shed a light on a lot of things out there, man. I think growing up in the time frame I grew up, racism and stuff like that it was around a lot more. And now I don't believe it's around like that in certain areas. It still exists. Don't never forget that. But just because we all different, we all unique. Some people gonna always have a problem with it. Don't matter. I don't care if it's skin color, it can be height, men, women, whatever the case may be, sexism, all that stuff gonna always exist. Long as you don't let it affect you too much. Just do what you got to do for your family and friends. Keep your circles tight, and just communicate with other people. I don't mind. I don't worked overseas with people who was racist, who didn't like blacks, or who didn't like a certain group of people, and that was their own belief. Just like anybody, you can believe whatever you want to believe. You can trust whatever you want to trust. With my faith, don't allow me to look down or think about anybody else that's different. So that's just myself. I wasn't raised like that. I wouldn't talk like that. But you still, as your own person, you make up your own mind and find out what you want to do for you, and whatever is beneficial for you. Like I say, I'm lucky to still be here. I'm blessed to still be alive. So I got to have faith. That's just me. I don't never force faith or my faith or beliefs on anybody. I believe that's a personal decision that you're capable of making, because it's your life. You don't never let nobody else make a decision for you about your own life. I don't care if that's whatever you want to put in your body. Nobody can never really peer pressure you to doing something that's going to affect you personally. So I just don't believe in certain things. And like I said, I just retired, and I trust the government somewhat, and I understand a lot that normal people don't, who never work with the government and who just watch TV and believe everything you see. Only thing I can tell you, just be mindful that people are not all the same and don't believe the same thing. And as far as the government, as far as other groups, like I say, they can go with racism. Just look at the stats, look at the history of the US and any other things, all the experiments, anything else that was going on in the US, man, that stuff, it's not made up. It's, this our history. It's the United States history. It's just the history of mankind. So I just try to take that into account, and I never forget how our history and what pertained to it. That doesn't change my outlook on people who I meet, because I judge everybody about how they present me. You respect me, I'm gonna respect you and go off of that. I'm never gonna hold grudges. I don't believe in holding grudges, because now you're giving that person or that company, if it's a job or whatever, you're giving them power over you. And we're all capable of making our own decisions, living our own life. I believe you holding a grudge on something that happened in the past, it still has a hold over you. So I don't believe in that, man. I just believe in moving on. It happened, you learn from it, and it's gonna make you stronger in the end. So that's what I meant about having balance in your life, man. So you got your mental health, that's gonna also help your mental health. So you got mental health and physical health. I believe that always ties together. As a nutritionist, man, I just try to, tell people to stay healthy, man. Be mindful of what you put in your body every day, and try to make sure you detox your body. Not just detox your body in foods and sweets and sugars and stuff like that. Detox your body mentally from social media, from the TV and all these other distractions that we get put in our face every day. I rarely watch TV, even though I do acting and stuff like that on the side. I don't know, man. That'll be a different podcast. I may or may not get back into the acting scene, unless it's like a low budget film or something like that that's kind of local. Or I know plenty of actors, plenty of directors, producers, stuff like that. Who knows? Because a lot of the big studios, they kind of force or mandate you to do certain things that might be against your personal beliefs and stuff like that. I ain't going into the virus stuff like that, but a lot of those, I don't know if y'all watch Black Panther and stuff like that. They wanted to kick the lead actress off because she didn't want to take the shot, because she heard about the side effects and she wanted to have kids one day. So that's a whole different story. And I got kind of that similar belief of her. I'm never going to let nobody force me to do something I'm gonna put in my body that I don't have all the understanding about. So to each his own, you got that choice. It's your life. So you got that choice. And if they don't want me on the set or something like that for whatever reason, I accept it, and go off of that. That just mean that movie or that TV show or whatever, it wasn't meant for me. So, and I just live with it. So I've been turning down a lot of roles this year, just because of that situation. Like I say, just strange times we live in, man. So, but like I say, one door closes, multiple doors open, and I'm always stick to my faith, on personal faith. And I just go off of that, man. I got a great support system, a great spouse, great kids, family, stuff like that. I wish I can spend more time with them, but that's why I say with balance, you're trying to run a business, you're trying to establish yourself, you're trying to make longevity. And I think that's all we want to do, is leave a legacy when we're gone, for our family and friends or kids and stuff like that. We don't never want them to go through the same struggles that we went through coming up. And that's pros and cons in that scenario, because I can see from my generation, the kids today and the people today are not as strong as I believe as we were. You might have some outliners out there, and they're smart, they're tech savvy, they're a lot of that, but they're not as physical as we went through, because I think we had it harder. So we made it easier for them. And now you got internet, you got social media, stuff that didn't exist, that's kind of taken away from our physical abilities to navigate. I remember a time when I used to just look at a map and you can tell where you got to go. You navigate everywhere off a map. Now it's Waze, it's Google Maps, it's all the other stuff. And we lose the ability to navigate with maps, unless in the military and stuff like that. And you kind of use that when you're overseas. But when you get back stateside, like I say, it's a whole different ball game. So like I said, that comes with, man, just surround yourself with a good support system who's going to support your dreams, your vision. And they're going to have their own opinions. So don't hold them accountable if they just don't agree with you or they don't see eye to eye. Because I put this in my real posts all the time. Your vision is your vision. Nobody is you. So they're not going to think like you. They're not going to act the same way like you. They might have similar opinions, similar goals, similar transformations, whatever the case may be, but they just are not you. So I try not to hold nobody accountable. And I'm kind of an honest person. So some people might not like it. Some people might do like it, but I'm always be honest and stay to it. I'm a genuine person. So, I learned that a lot, moving to Georgia in 2016, when I first started my acting, getting back into it anyway. That Georgia is a whole lot different. I came from South Carolina, if y'all don't know that, port of Columbia. So, Georgia is a whole lot different than South Carolina. Like I said, I think Georgia, I call it the women's state, because there's a lot of successful women who's in business-wise, entrepreneurs, stuff like that. I love to see it. I love to see strong women. I love to see, especially the strong Black women down here who's, doing what they got to do. But it is a lot of people who are, they want to be above everybody else, as you can say. So, everybody is an actor, everybody is a director, producer, and stuff like that. And that's fine and dandy. But what are you doing? Are you making it work for you? Are you making it, and I'm gonna give anybody the benefit of the doubt, regardless, because it don't affect me. I'm gonna just do whatever I got to do for myself. If you are a director, you are, whatever you claim to be, just live it, own it. We capable of doing anything you want to do. So I just tell people, just live your truth, man. Just be honest to yourself, because you can be all those things and not doing anything with it. So, I just try to stick to that. But, we always can do better. Myself, I started getting back on these podcasts just to start back communicating. Sometimes, when my pops, before he passed going, and I never really kind of spoke on that too much. But before he passed, I kind of closed myself off. I had a couple friends who kind of helped me through when I first moved to Georgia and doing the acting. Used to talk on the phone every day, stuff like that. But, when you go through a tragedy and stuff like that, and with my situation, it was a little hard. As a man, we barely cry and stuff like that, or share our feelings, or at least myself, because I was, like I say, I work for the government, stuff like that. I was trained not to kind of show your emotions, and I can always kind of block it off. I can have tunnel vision on one thing, like I don't bring the job home with me, stuff like that. So I kind of close myself off, and it's just natural. It's just a defense mechanism that I have, and it's good or bad. So I'm trying to open up a little bit more, be more, share more communication with people, especially my spouse, stuff like that. Just because she's a talker, I'm not really a talker. I'm a talker on fitness and health and stuff like that, because that's my job as a nutritionist, trainer, stuff like that. I can talk all day. I can talk all day about health. I can talk all day about mental health, clarity, strengthening your body, doing what you got to do for yourself, and go off of that. But just trying to branch out to more and just share my experiences with different relationships, stuff that men go through. And that'll be a whole different topic. I'm gonna have a whole different segments, man. When the wife get back home, like I said, we bringing real talk back. We're gonna have our own originals. Y'all got some talking points you want us to do, we're gonna probably do it. But I know we're gonna do some more on mental health. I got some interviews lined up with a couple other people, couple trainers, couple of coaches, couple of nutritionists. Like I said, from the bodybuilding stuff, and just go off of that, man. But you got to stay healthy, people, man. Just so stay motivated, stay fit, stay healthy, stay safe out there. Do what you got to do for yourself. Don't never let nobody pressure you to doing nothing that you just don't want to do, man. Live your best life, but do it safely. And just don't think about yourself. Think about your family, friends. Think about your circle that you have out there, because you do have a good support system that's around you. And if you're not, and you think you're doing it by yourself, man, reach out to people, support other people. Just try to build your own team of people who you think will support your dreams, or just support you, period, as far as communication, finding good friends, finding whatever you need to do for yourself to build what you need to build. With that being said, it's your host, Cutnice50, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Real Talk with TKO. We stepping up. Hey, it's time to take it to another journey. And it's your boy. I'll holler.